Seemed like an action movie. Police opening fire on Lonmin mine workers on a wildcat strike. 10 years ago today, 34 died. In the days leading up to the tragedy, 10 others, including security guards and police officers, were brutally killed. Union Amcu expects thousands to gather at the infamous Koppie to commemorate the day. Moloko, Moloto and Pule Letshwiti-Jones are there and join us now. Moloko, good morning yet again. Just to start off with you, what time do we expect the event to officially get underway?
Good morning, Fundo. Well, there are activities here. The festivities really have started. If you see the people not really celebrating but commemorating, and as you can see behind me, this young people on horses. They have been entertaining the crowds here for the past hour or so. And according to Amcu, they are expecting over 25,000 people to be part of this. And I see the police are arriving in the Nyala. Yesterday, we saw them during preparations as they were working together with the leaders of Amcu. And according to the regional secretary of Amcu, he has indicated that the police are very much welcome to be part of this because the event could not go on without the police. But let me speak to this gentleman on horses to understand why it is important for them to be riding horses. Tata Kunjani, talk to us about the importance of you riding on these horses on this day.
Into ebalulekileyo ukuthi manikhwele ihashe indlela endijabule ngayo namhlanje ngeli langa la namhlanje.
Andazi ngoba ukuthi ubukhona wena on that day in 2012 now or bosemncinci?
Bendikhona besenimngaka.
Are you a mine worker as well?
Ndisebenza emgodini.
Awusiqalele ke ukuthi leli langa likhumbuzani wena njengoba we are remembering people who were killed here by amaphoyisa.
Eli lilanga lindikhumbuza ukuthi salifela eli lilanga ngalamhlanje kunzima. Yiyo lento ndizidlileyo namhlanje ndanxiba ezinsini. Sazapha singaba batata nalamahashi. Siyafihla ngeli lilanga la namhlanje.
Ufuna kwenzeke ntoni ke going forward?
Ifuna imali ngenxa into bangaba sahlukunyezwa sihlele lapho kule ntaba.
Alright, mhleka siyabonga. Well, Mfundo, the people who are here, as you can tell, many of them happen to be mine workers. Of course, there are young stars on the back of the horse here. I see people are continuing to arrive in numbers, but very much far from the 25,000 people that Amcu is expecting. The program was meant to start at officially at 10 o'clock.
And then as for those gathered there now, are you seeing political parties? I think I see one wearing a green T-shirt, perhaps from Action SA, and the other from Amcu. Which other political parties are present? Moloko, I don't know if you can hear me. If you can you please just remind us of the political parties that are present today for the official commemoration?
Oh yes, Mfundo, you would recall that shortly after in fact, during that period when there was so much tension before the massacre, there was the political party really that was here. It was Mr. Julius Malema of the EFF. I can't really recall whether the EFF was formally around at the time or not, but Mr. Julius
they launched
Malema,
the next year,
currently
yes.
the leader of the EFF, has been very much part of this event. However, I'm not too sure, considering the fact that the past 2 years, this annual commemoration, due to the COVID-19 restrictions, they could not be held. I'm not too sure if today Mr. Malema will be part of this commemoration. What we know what we can confirm is that the former DA leader, Mr. Mmusi Maimane, who is currently calling himself the chief activist of One Movement South Africa, has confirmed that he will be here, and it's expected that he will call for more reforms in the mining sector, but he will also call on President Cyril Ramaphosa to declare this day as the National Day of Commemoration. Of course, the keynote address is going to be delivered by Mr. Joseph Mathunjwa, the president of Amcu.
All right, we'll actually rope in Pule, but we do remember that it was in fact the next year that the EFF was launched in 2013 there at Marikana at the Koppie. Pule, to rope you in, what are expectations from some of the mine workers gathered there now? When speaking to more of them, what change do they want to see to the life of a mine worker?
Definitely, just before I speak to one of the workers here, I'm just going to show you a top overview from where we stand. And we're currently on top of one of the Koppies here, and this is the scene from where we are just below. Of course, there have been some of the workers who have been demonstrating in commemoration of the 34 mine workers who lost their lives during the deadly Marikana Massacre. And also we're starting to see, some sort of workers, community members, and of course those represented by Amcu starting to trickle in. Of course, police presence is quite beefed up here to ensure security measures are in place. But I'm just roving one of the workers, maybe who can speak to us this morning. Please just explain to us, what does this day mean to you?
Yeah, kubuhlungu nje ngokucinga nje kunabantwana abangathi mtata nje impilo kuthiwe inzima kubo nje ngoku thina siyaqhubeka bona badonsa nzima nje ilanga lona libuhlungu kukhumandi kuphela.
And for umphakathi wona njani lelanga le?
Yeah, kubuhlungu khona kumandanga nje siyakufanele siyadibana nje kodwa kumandanga kuphela nje iyafika lapha yaqona kumandanga kuphela ilanga lona liyenza emzimbeni empilo.
And maybe just take us through lelanga, what do you want that should happen, that this does not repeat again, that does not happen again?
Yeah, ngathi ilanga ifanele bayiholiday khona kuphelele kukuya ngokukwami fanele kanjani.
Thank you very much. Can we just try to speak to maybe one last person here who can speak to us? What does this day mean?
Lana namhlanje sinesikhumbuzo kwinhlekelo eyenzeka apha eMarikana ukujona kwabantu kwisistrike. Sihlangene namhlanje lilanga yakwenzeka ngalo inhlekelo.
Do you think more can be done to change the way amamayina abasebenza ngakhona?
Wekona utshintsho laba khona oko kwaba khona esistrike yona akufani nasekuqaleni ngoba nemali besihola ibincinci. Nje nethi mebengapha abantu abasebenza ezimayini babaphe izindlu indawo zokuhlala ngoba bahlala emikhukhwini apha balungise nesorage nje emphakathini ngoba kungcolile indawo zokuhlala basashota ngazo.
Okay. Thank you very much. Also, some of the sentiments were saying that it's a very painful reminder of what happened.
Unfortunately, we've lost Pule there, but that's Pule Letshwiti-Jones as well as Moloko Moloto that are covering those commemorations in Marikana for us. A very painful day, and I suppose a very painful reminder when they're there on that Koppie, because that is the image we saw of those helpless mine workers sitting on the Koppie before all of those events that unfolded. More news on the